Hi students, this is Suganti. Today we are going to discuss about one of the worst nostalgic moment in school as picturized in the poem Punishment in Kindergarten. Good time come and go, but the school memories will last forever. It always makes your heart happy. Sometimes school memories sneak out from eyes and roll down on cheeks. The best memories are made at school. But in the poem Punishment in Kindergarten, Kamala Das expresses a feeling just opposite to this. Let's see about her bitter experience during a kindergarten picnic in this poem, Punishment in Kindergarten. Punishment in Kindergarten is a little autobiographical poem by the famous Indo-Anglan poet Kamala Das. Kamala Das was born in Kerala in 1934. She was educated mainly at home. Her short stories and poems are written in Malayalam and in English. She has published a number of books of poems and in autobiography. In many of her poems, Kamala Das recalls experiences from her childhood. She was one of the most prominent feminist voices in the post-colonial era. To her Malayalam readers, she was Madhavikutty, and her English patrons, she was Kamala Das. The poem is written in three stanzas, each having different number of lines. The poem does not follow any regular rhyme scheme. Let's go to the poetic lines of the poem Punishment in Kindergarten by Kamala Das. Today the world is a little more my own. No need to remember the pain a blue-frocked woman cast, throwing words at me like pots and pans, to drain the honey-colored day of peace. Why don't you join the others? What a peculiar child you are! On the lawn in clusters sat my schoolmates sipping sugarcane. They turned and laughed. Children are funny things they laugh. In midst at others' tears, I buried my face in the sun-warmed hedge and smelt the flowers and the pain. The words are muffled now, the laughing face is only a blur. The years have sped along, stopping briefly at beloved halls and moving sadly on. My mind has found an adult peace. No need to remember that picnic day when I lay hidden by a hedge watching the steel white sun standing lonely in the sky. The poem has divided into three parts. In the first part, the poet discusses how her teacher scolded her. In the second part, she memorizes her schoolmates laughing her and making her weep. And in the final part, she says that being an adult, there is no need for her to memorize this experience. Now I will discuss each stanza in detail. First stanza of the poem. Today the world is a little more my own. No need to remember the pain. A blue-frocked woman cast throwing words at me like pots and pans to drain that honey-colored day of peace. Why don't you join the others? What a peculiar child you are. The poet begins with the line, Today the world is a little more my own. That makes it clear that she is going to talk about a past event that was not pleasant for her. Next, she begins by narrating the day in her childhood when she went to a picnic along with other students. The poet uses ample of symbols like a blue-frocked woman for her teacher, throwing words at me like pots and pans to make us feel the intensity of teacher's words. The honey colored for the day which was ruined by the harsh words of her teacher. While other students were merrymaking and playing together, Kamala thus was sitting alone. That was not liked by her blue-frocked teacher, and she scolded her by calling her a peculiar child. In the first part of the poet narrates the day which was quite pleasant and ultimately ruined by her teacher. Next part of the poem. On the lawn in clusters sat my schoolmates sipping sugarcane. They turned and laughed. Children are funny things they laugh. Amid that other's tears, I buried my face in the sun-warmed hedge and smelt the flowers and the pain. In the second part of the poem, the poet says when the teacher scolded her, other students who were sipping sugarcane started laughing at her. According to Kamala, the children are funny creatures. They laugh at others' pains. Being hurt, she hid her face in the sun-warmed hedge and smelt the flowers and the pain. The poet associates flowers with pain. I think she has tried to compare her childhood with a flower, which is quite delicate. Hence, she probably wants to convey that his event shook her innocent childhood. Final part of the poem. The words are muffled now. The laughing face is only a blur. The years have sped along, stopping briefly at beloved halls and moving sadly on. My mind has found an adult peace. No need to remember that picnic day when I lay hidden by a hedge, watching the steel white sun, standing lonely in the sky. In the final stanza, the poet says that now she is grown up. The memory of that event has faded away because there is nothing in her childhood to cherish and desire for. She has now found adult peace that implies ironically be saying again and again, no need to remember. Her helplessness in forgetting it is quite visible. The memory has not faded away, but quite clear in her mind as she remembers very well everything of that day. On the whole, the poem conveys a useful lesson in child psychology. Children should be treated with understanding and kindness. Teachers and others should respect their emotions and sentiments. They should not hurt their feelings with harsh words and rebukes. Children should have freedom, they should love and enjoy nature. I hope you will understand this poem. Thank you.